So Evivve is really around like being able to communicate, collaborate. I guess there's some problem solving. I mean, great areas for a team. And I could even see a virtual team. This would be so powerful.
Absolutely. So Evivve is one of those games which has been built keeping in mind what I like to call a data-rich environment. And that really puts the power in the hands of the facilitator, because you can literally run a game of Evivve and do a lot of different things with it. While it's easier for us to categorize 6 focus areas, it doesn't prevent the facilitator to use it in a range of different ways. So I'll give you a couple of examples in the ways that we've used it and we've seen our learning partners use it in the past. So one of our learning partners uses it as a coaching tool. So she facilitates the game in a group environment and then conducts a group coaching. So spending an hour in a coaching session after a game can be incredibly powerful. And I've done that myself. You know, I'm not a coach by certification, but being in the applied behavioral science work and having understood and done working with human behavior, I have spent time in having one-on-one conversations with participants about what do you think prompted you to take that action there? And people often have realizations like, holy smokes, I do this in real life as well. And, you know, I often don't speak up, or when I do speak up, I take a lot of space and I'm afraid of that. So I refrain from taking space and thereby go the opposite extreme, right? So a lot of these kinds of insights that get generated and get validated in the game environment, and that game creates a space for people to try and practice a new behavior. Another example is where one of our learning partners is conducting a diagnostic experience. So playing the game and mapping the organization's competency framework to the game, thereby based on how the players played the game and the actions that they took and they did along the way in the game environment, determining the skill and the skill level of communication, empathy, and XYZ. Another example is a new hire program. So onboarding new members into an organization, getting people to mingle with each other and interact with one another and make them feel comfortable. The game has just a way of throwing you in the deep end, but at the same time allows for that collaboration, that sort of glue to form, allowing you to form early connections within an organization, which is very, very important for new employees.
And I think that's where, particularly when you're mentioning your coaching example, I think that's where you start to see that more authentic person come through into the interaction. And then when it's done in a playful state and it's well facilitated, it's very powerful. I really think this is a tool that any forward-thinking organization can apply to so many different domains. And I'm sure you're going to be having a lot more iterations come from this.